Welcome back to my channel and a very special welcome if you're new here. My name is Jen. I'm a certified weight loss and nutrition coach, and today we're talking about food cravings and how to manage those. This is one of the questions I get asked most as a weight loss and nutrition coach because food cravings can really derail us from our weight loss journey. So today we're going to talk about 12 effective ways to manage food cravings. So if you're excited, give this video a huge thumbs up, subscribe if you're not, turn your bell on because I do upload new content every Tuesday and Thursday. Check out the description box down below where I will link nutrition coaching. I myself have lost 140 pounds and maintained that weight loss following personalized macros and calories. This is a service that I offer, I would highly recommend, as well as one-on-one coaching for accountability, to ask your questions, or if you just need support. Links and discounts to my favorite healthy things are also down in the description box. So let's talk all about 12 effective ways to manage those food cravings. Sometimes we just experience this feeling of needing to eat a specific food. A lot of times it's our body's way of telling us that we're missing some type of nutrient, but there's also those cravings for those unhealthy foods that just sound good. Maybe we see a commercial on TV or someone brings it up or we see it in a grocery store or we just can't take our mind off cookies. Those are those cravings that we want to be able to manage. Now, sometimes we'll just give in to those cravings. There's nothing wrong with that at all. No food is bad, no food is off limits, but there are some strategic ways that we can manage cravings, especially if it's gonna derail our progress. There's a lot of reasons why we crave foods. Like I said, sometimes our body just needs a vitamin, a mineral, a nutrient from the food, and sometimes they're just our favorite foods that maybe we haven't had in a while, or if we're on a weight loss journey, we're restricting these foods, and that can really lead to irresistible cravings. So I wanna help you with how to manage those cravings. Strategy number one is to eat enough calories. Being in too severe of a calorie deficit, and like I mentioned, restricting certain foods is the number one cause of binge eating disorder and can be the number one reason you're craving different foods. Severe calorie restriction, especially in the short term, can increase our cravings for certain foods. So if you are in a calorie deficit in a weight loss mode, make sure you're in a healthy deficit. That's again where my personalized macros and calories can come in, and make sure again that you're not restricting or eliminating any foods. And if you have a craving and you can't shake it, just make sure that you're eating a sensible portion. And that leads me to number two, and that's avoiding restrictive diets. Any way of eating, any diet that restricts or eliminates any food group is not something that you want to follow. Number one, like I mentioned, it's the number one cause of overeating, but number two, it's not sustainable. If you can follow keto for the rest of your life, then do keto. If you can take a weight loss pill for the rest of your life, then take a weight loss pill. If the answer to this is no, this is not something that you want to follow. We want to eat a well-rounded, balanced diet, and that includes all the macros: protein, carbs, and fats. And when we follow these restrictive diets, or when we're told that we can't have something, we want it even more. And that goes with food cravings as well. So make sure that you eat a balanced diet, and that includes all of your favorite foods in moderation. Number three, don't let yourself get ravenously hungry. Don't go hours upon hours between meals. And that way, when you go into the next meal, you're so hungry you could eat your arm, and it takes down your walls of choosing good foods. And you're just going to eat anything you can get your hands on because you're ravenously hungry. My recommendation is to eat at least 4 to 6 meals every day. I myself eat between 6 and 7 meals every day, eating on a regular basis every 2 to 3 hours, keeping your metabolism going, and it will also stop those cravings and keep you from being ravenously hungry between meals. Remember, your metabolism is like a fire. We need to stoke it all day long. And when we're constantly fueling our body with foods that we love, it takes away the ravenous hunger and those irresistible food cravings. Number four, eat filling, nutrient-dense foods. I always say follow an 80-20 approach. 80% those filling, nutrient-dense whole foods, 20% fun foods or foods that you love. Again, we're not restricting or eliminating anything, so we're keeping this 20% over here for those fun foods or those foods that we often have cravings for. But I promise you, if you eat a more whole food diet full of nutrients, vitamins, minerals, and you follow the 80-20, your cravings will substantially decrease. The more processed foods we eat, especially heavily processed foods, the more food cravings that we have. So make sure that you're heading that off with eating those whole foods. Number five, stop obsessing over calories. Stop saying you can't have a donut because it's 300 calories, or you can't have a slice of cake because it's 500 calories. We can eat everything. That's the beauty of following macros and calories. That's the beauty of intuitive eating. Nothing is off limits. Stop obsessing over every single calorie in food. And as long as you follow that 80-20 approach and you're really focused on those whole foods, those are going to be low calorie, high volume foods. It allows you to save some calories for that 20% fun foods. Don't obsess over calories. It's more the foods that we're choosing than the calories that we're consuming. And that leads me to number 6, allow yourself your favorite foods. Take advantage of that 20%. Eat the foods that you love. For me, I am a sweets eater. I have to have dessert every day. If I told myself I couldn't have dessert, that would not be sustainable for me. Throughout my entire 140-pound weight loss, I've had dessert every single day. Sometimes I have dessert twice. I just work it in to my calories and my macros. Whether you're a salty food person or a sweet food person, make sure you're allowing yourself to enjoy your favorite foods. That leads to a happy life as well as a sustainable lifestyle. Not only will you lose the weight, but you'll be able to keep it off long term. And the minute you get to goal, you're not eating an entire cake because you've allowed yourself to have a slice of cake throughout your weight loss journey. Eat your favorite foods. Nobody got fat because they ate their favorite foods at 20% of the time. Number 7, eat to manage your blood sugar. When our blood sugar spikes, when our blood sugar drops, it can lead to cravings. And what I mean by eating to manage your blood sugar, again, is choosing those whole real foods that don't spike your blood sugar and drop your blood sugar. That happens a lot with sugary foods as well as highly processed foods. Now, you can still eat processed foods and sugary foods, of course, but we, again, want to focus on that whole real food approach. That's going to keep our blood sugar nice and level. Now, if you are going to choose carbs, make sure they're complex carbohydrates. So bread, for example, make sure it has some fiber so that it slows the digestion and slows that blood sugar spike. When our blood sugar spikes, cravings come on. When our blood sugar drops, cravings come on. So manage it with the right food. Number 8, manage your stress. Now, I know that stress happens. There is stress as part of life that we have zero control over. However, there are parts of our life, there are stresses that come into our life that we can manage. And that's what I need. That's where we need to focus on, is managing the stresses that we can manage. Remember, you can't control everything. You can't change everything, but you can manage how life happens and how it affects your stress level. When we're stressed out, it increases our level of cortisol, which is a hunger hormone. That's going to make us want food. And I'm telling you, we're not going to want food that's healthy for us. It's going to be those fast acting carbohydrates that spike our blood sugar, but give us immediate energy. And that also pairs hand in hand with number 9, which is to get enough sleep. When we're lacking sleep, our body wants energy. Just like when we're stressed, our body wants energy. It wants something to make it feel better, to make it feel normal. And especially with sleep, that's going to be, again, those fast acting carbohydrates, sugars, crackers, cookies, cakes, things that give us instant energy. But this also is going to spike and drop our blood sugar, and it's probably not going to make us feel too good much later after we consume it. So make sure for sleep that you're getting good quality sleep. Setting up a sleep schedule, trying to go to bed around the same time every night, trying to get up around the same time every morning, and make sure that you're getting at least 7 to 9 hours of sleep every single night. Sleep is essential for a healthy body, and it is essential for food cravings and weight loss. Number 10, reduce your intake of certain carbohydrates. Now, you didn't hear me say eliminate carbohydrates or any carbohydrates. You can eat whatever you want to eat. But again, if we focus on those complex carbs, those slow digesting carbs, that's what our body really loves. That eliminates those blood sugar spikes. It sits in our belly longer, so it keeps us fuller for longer. And it's just a more well-rounded, nutrient-dense carbohydrate. And what I mean by complex carbs is typically carbohydrates that are made of whole grains that contain some fiber and, better yet, some protein. I talked a little bit about bread. Make sure your bread has some fiber in it. Choose a whole wheat bread or a sprouted bread. If you're going for crackers, make sure that there's some good quality ingredients in those crackers, that you're not eating things like Ritz crackers or saltines that are those fast acting carbohydrates. Just focus on carbohydrates that have fiber. That's kind of your rule of fast acting carbs don't have fiber. Complex carbs have fiber. Focus on complex carbs for about, again, 80 to 90% of the carbs that you're eating. And then that other 10 or 20% can be those fast-acting fun carbs. Number 11, cut back on highly palatable foods. What this means is foods that you can eat a lot of that have a lot of calories. So let's talk about ice cream. It's very, very simple to eat 500 calories of ice cream, but you would be hard-pressed to eat 500 calories of carrots. Highly palatable foods are foods that taste really good, that are very high calorie, and that are very easy to overeat. Now, we can still eat these foods, but these fall in that 20% fun food category. These aren't foods that we're going to eat every day. And when we eat highly palatable foods, we want to watch our portion size. I highly recommend weighing and measuring any food that is high in calories that you can easily overeat. And those foods are going to change for the individual. For me, it would be something sweet. For you, it may be a bag of Lay's potato chips. Any food that's highly palatable, high in calories, trigger foods for you, make sure that you eat those in moderation. Weigh and measure them and stick with the serving. You can certainly still have them. You just can't have all of them all of the time. And number 12, maintain a healthy body weight. A healthy body weight does wonders for your body, obviously, but also does wonders for your food cravings. Individuals with a higher BMI have higher food cravings than individuals with a normal BMI. Now, we don't go by the BMI chart. My recommendation for you when you're thinking about BMI is whatever the high number is on the current BMI chart for your age, your height, add 20 pounds to that, and that's what you want to focus on. The BMI chart is no longer accurate, and those numbers are very hard to get to and maintain. So again, the highest number for your age and height, add 20 pounds to that, and that's what you want to focus on for a healthy body weight. Not to mention, having a healthy body weight reduces your risk of chronic diseases like type 2 diabetes, heart-related issues. Like I said, there are so many benefits of a healthy body weight, and food cravings is one of those. And make sure that you're not restricting or eliminating any foods. You're just watching your portion on those highly palatable, high-calorie foods. And make sure whatever you're doing to lose weight, you can do to maintain your weight loss. And that includes managing those food cravings. There are so many pieces that play into food cravings that if you could manage just a portion of those, you're going to be setting yourself up for success. Let me know down in the comments, what do you do to manage food cravings? And when you do give in to those cravings, how do you manage that? Fits into your weight loss journey. Let me know everything down below. And if you enjoyed today's video, give it a big, huge thumbs up. Again, subscribe if you're not, turn your bell on because I upload new videos every Tuesday and Thursday. And don't forget to check out the description box down below for nutrition coaching, as well as links and discounts to my favorite healthy things. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.